I gotta put my shades on, bro. So I'm not trying to look cool in my sunglasses. It's super bright out here today. But you know how it is. Yap Sesh had a conversation yesterday that I said, I kind of want to talk about, and I was thinking about it a little bit earlier. And one of my friends was having a conversation. We were all just kind of chilling, and they said that they don't really like social media. They stay off social media because they don't like anything. That was their words. I don't like anything. I don't like the people that make these stupid videos, and I don't want to be on here. And I completely understand that. You know what the funny thing was, though? So he was explaining that he doesn't like, YouTube or TikTok or anything, because I said that I watch YouTube. I watch TikTok. I don't just make content, but I consume it. I watch it a lot. It's super bright out here, bro. I know you got the big shadow on your face, but nothing I could do about the big shadows. By the way, these sunglasses were a gift that I got for Easter. I don't really like sunglasses like this because they just not my aesthetic, if you catch what I'm saying, but they work great, man. So I just keep them in the car and wear them when it gets too bright out like this. But anyway, he's like, I don't watch YouTube. I don't watch TikTok. I don't watch any of that stuff, because all they do is have these stupid people and show. So I said, let me see your phone. Not on the weird stuff, but I said, let me see your phone. So I went to his TikTok, which he said he didn't have, but he said he was deleting all of it. And I'm looking at his algorithm, and I'm like, your feed is crazy, bro. I don't know what you be on, like what kind of stuff you look at. You know what I'm saying? So I said, let me show you my YouTube. Let me show my algorithm. And he watched mine for like 2 minutes. And he was like, see, this is better. Oh man, that is the craziest thing about what has become with all of these different apps is everything now is algorithm based. So what you don't know how that works is the more you engage with certain types of content, the more it's going to show you that type of content. And this is something that I think people may not realize when it comes to that. They're not only showing you things that you like. Algorithms are indiscriminatory. They don't care whether you like it or dislike it. What they care about is this person engages with this type of content. So if you engage with it and you see more of it, whether that makes you angry or happy, you're still going to be on the app, which at the end of the day is their end goal. The longer you're on an app, the longer they can find ways to monetize you, right? And that's how they work. So sometimes people keep saying, I get comments like this on my own section, and people are like, why does this idiot keep showing up on my feed? And in my head, I'm like, the reason that I keep showing up is because you're engaging with it. The fact that you commented, or maybe you shared it with your friends and were like, look at this jerk, which is fine. You're allowed to have an opinion. I ain't mad at nobody for that. But that's why you engage with that sort of thing, because they're going to show you things as long as it gets some sort of emotion out of you. They don't care if that emotion is anger. So what I'm trying to say to people is be careful with algorithms. And if you don't like certain things, if it really angers you or upsets you to see certain things, whether that's, type of content, maybe someone's making cringy content, it could be something that you just genuinely don't enjoy seeing, be careful with it, because they're going to show you more of it. And what you can do instead, and what I have been doing for years, because people don't curate algorithms anymore. The algorithm curates the algorithm. Like, it's not about people. It's not about what you want to see. It's just about what you're engaging with. So if I see something that I don't like genuinely I don't like, whether I think that the content is just not setting a good example, it could be anything. Doesn't matter. But if I don't like it, click the thing that says not interested. On YouTube, they have the same thing. There's these 3 dots on the side. I don't have my stuff on me right now because I'm driving, but you can click on the video and it'll say, don't show me stuff from this person anymore. I know that might hurt me. But I'm trying to help you out. It's not about me getting views and stuff like that. It's about people's well-being more than anything. So there's a thing that says either don't show me content like this anymore, or it'll say don't show me content from this creator. And if you do that, it won't show you them anymore. I've done it a bunch of times because I don't like certain types of content. I think certain types of content is just, at the end of the day, it's not what I want to see. And my algorithm, because of that, will show me things more that I want to see instead of things that I don't necessarily like. And it's scary because algorithms can really mess up how you think about things, how you view the world, because you're only seeing it through one lens. And when you're only seeing something through one lens, it starts feeding you stuff that you'll think that this is what the world's like, even though it's only a small sample size. So when you see things, you have to realize, just because you keep seeing the same thing over and over again, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how the whole world thinks. That's a small section of the world. And you know how it is now, especially because there's a lot of political content out there. If you look at a person that is more right-leaning, more towards left-leaning, and look at their algorithm, you will see a drastic difference in what that looks like because of it. And it will start to make you believe that, okay, everyone thinks like you, or this is what the world is like. Another example of that is with this whole like men versus women type of thing. Say you're a man that believes that, you know, again, I don't believe this, but I'm just giving you an example. Say you're a man that says, oh, well, all women aren't faithful, right? So you're scrolling on YouTube shorts and you see a video about a man who caught a woman cheating, and you watch the whole thing and you're like, see, this is what women do. You know what's going to happen after that? You're going to get fed like 100 more videos of women cheating. And you're going to start going, see, that's what women do, because that's all you're seeing. And then maybe you'll start seeing videos of men cheating. And then maybe you'll just start seeing videos of everybody cheating. And you'll start thinking that everybody cheats. That's how algorithms work. Do I think that people cheat? Absolutely. Do I think that all people cheat? No. Do I think that all men cheat? No. Do I think that all women cheat? No. But if you watch the algorithm and you're just listening to algorithm, two friends that got cheated on, and that's it, you'll go, okay, well, this is the whole world is like. I saw one the other day that said it was a woman. She's a famous woman. I can't remember her name, but she said she'll never date athletes again because the two that she talks to made her believe that that's what athletes are like. And I saw so many comments saying, see, that all them athletes be cheating. All the athletes are cheating. Do athletes cheat on their wives? Of course they do. Like, yes. Does every athlete cheat on their wife? No. It's funny because I bet if you actually could, which there's no way to prove or disprove this, and you looked at who is actively cheating versus not cheating, I can almost guarantee you that most husbands are being faithful to their wives. So if I had a sample size of like 40 people and 10 of them were cheating on their wives, people have a tendency to point out the 10 that are versus the 30 that aren't. And that's just kind of what algorithms have done to us. And I'm going to be 100% real with y'all, even on a personal level. At one point, it skewed the way that I thought. I thought because I had dealt with unfaithful women in my life, which I have, you know, and a lot of guys won't admit that, but I've dealt with it, that it made me think that all of a sudden all women cheat. And then I'm seeing videos about all these women cheating, and I'm like, see, man, these women ain't nothing. They all be doing the same stuff. That ain't true, man. But what that did for me was it allowed my own trauma, my own stuff that happened to me, skew how I thought about how the world was. And it took a lot for me to get out of that mode, you know, and it does that with a lot of things on algorithms. You may have feelings or beliefs towards certain groups of people that the algorithm feeds you certain things, and you may think like that, and it's not necessarily like that. You know, it makes you think that's how people that maybe look like me are. So just be careful with the algorithms and stuff like that, because just for an experiment one day, just look at your, if you got somebody that you're cool with, that they're cool enough with this, look at your friends or your family's algorithms and see the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, my TikTok is really nothing but food, dogs, and sports. That's pretty much the whole thing. And you'd be surprised on what side of the internet that you end up on that can really make you start to hone in and say, oh, the whole world is like that. It's not true. So I just wanted to be careful with that. Again, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm just telling you things that I've experienced and things that I've learned in my lifetime that may help somebody that starts to think that. The world is a big place. It's not just here. So just keep your eyes open. I'm not one of them people. You get what I'm saying. That's it, man. Let me go. I gotta return something to UPS.